Hi, my name is Nurse Sweet Tooth, as you can see from my name Cookie, and I am a nurse at Camp Blue Spruce. This video is all about how wonderful it is to be a nurse at Camp Blue Spruce and overnight camp for kids with food allergies. I've been going for the last 5 years now. There was 1 year I didn't go because I was in the middle of having a baby, but outside of that, this organization is dear to my heart. And it's because of the people that are involved and the people who started camp. The camp director and founder, her name is Louise Tippins. She is a food allergy mom, and that's why she started this camp. She realized there wasn't a safe place for her son to go in the middle of summer and enjoy being outside and being able to have his freedom, some independence, being able to explore new activities, try new things, and just be a kid. So she started this because of her own son, and along the way she's recruited nurses like myself. She's recruited family, friends, complete strangers who put their trust in her because everything that she does is out of the goodness of her heart, and it's this incredible community that's been created at this point, and we are all here just to help the kids involved, and myself included. Yes, I'm a registered nurse that goes to camp every year. I am also a mom of a kid with food allergies. And albeit my son is not old enough yet to attend camp, he's still a young kid, but it warms my heart to be a part of this organization, knowing that he has a place to go and have fun during the summer when he is old enough to attend. A few logistics I want to explain about camp and the age range, since I told you that my son is not able to attend camp because he's too young, but camp generally takes kids from 4th grade all the way until age 17 or until they graduate from high school. So the younger kids have a lot of different experiences that they do at camp. There's a little bit of programming differences because they are younger. And then there's a completely separate teen program that Camp Blue Spruce organizes, and it helps foster that independence for teens and recognizing that they're creating their own relationships and friends at camp that they bring home, and they continue to be friends with these people virtually over the whole next year until they see their friends at camp again the next year. Traditionally, our 17-year-olds do a counselor in training program at camp, which is amazing because these kids have come to camp every year for so many years. Then when they turn 17, they are a counselor in training for us. And then the next year when they turn 18, they come back and they turn into a Camp Blue Spruce camp counselor. And it is this amazing transformation to see these kids turn into adults and turn into food allergy mentors for the other younger kids that are coming to camp now, and they've been in those footsteps, and it's really heartwarming to see them give back to the food allergy community even after they've turned into adults. Camp Blue Spruce is completely free of all the top 8 allergies, which are milk, egg, peanuts, tree nuts, fish, shellfish, soy, and wheat, and then also completely free of all gluten and then sesame on top of that. As a nurse, I'm still astounded at how our kitchen staff and our camp directors and programmers are able to guarantee the safety of everybody, that we are completely free of all of those foods. But they do a phenomenal job at this. I mean, this starts the second that a camp ends each year. The vetting for the food for next year starts the very next day. They are calling all the companies of the food suppliers that are going to be sending food to camp. They ask about specific foods, the manufacturing lines, making sure it's not a shared line, making sure that the suppliers they use to create their foods are not coming from a source that has nuts in their manufacturing lines. I don't know, it's just astounding and phenomenal, and the processes they have in place to keep these kids safe, and that they can claim, you know, that this camp is completely top 8 free, and then also including gluten and sesame as well. I would trust this camp with my son's life, and the kitchen staff are just so commendable at what they do in creating these recipes, and the food is delicious. I can't even tell you. Some people say they go to camp and the food is just gross at, maybe some other food camps, or it's just something cheaply made that you can feed the masses with, and it's easy to make. But not at Camp Blue Spruce. The food is so delicious. It's way better than any home cooking I do. We also usually have a Thanksgiving dinner each camp session with, of course, some alternative foods, but oh man, sometimes it's better than regular Thanksgiving, and we all come together as a family around that Thanksgiving dinner, and it's just the best feeling ever for these kids to be able to go through the cafeteria line, and they don't have to be picky. They can take anything that's there because they know it's all safe for them. I want to add that Camp Blue Spruce is not only a camp for kids with food allergies. Not only is it your traditional camp experience where there's a pond to go swimming, there's a swimming pool, there's hikes to go on, there's creek walking, there's arts and crafts, there's nature trails, you name it, the traditional camp experience you think of, Camp Blue Spruce has it. That's not what makes us unique. What really makes us unique is also the programming that the camp staff and the camp directors do the whole year before camp, and the counselors are a part of, and it's the programming for the social well-being and creating this community among the campers that come to camp, and establishing these relationships for lifelong friendships, and learning that they can be open with each other and talk about their food allergies. Having a food allergy does not define who these kids are. It's a unique and special thing about them, but it doesn't define how they have to act or who they have to be. And that's where the programming really comes in to teach these kids of, hey, yeah, you're unique. Everybody is unique. We all have something special about us, but that doesn't mean that you can't come to a summer camp and just have fun and be a kid. So that is something that is really special about Camp Blue Spruce and what makes it stand out from a lot of other camps that I know about. I've told you about the camper experience and how rewarding it is for the kids, but I haven't really talked about what it's like to be a nurse. So as an allergy nurse to begin with, I'm trained to take care of anaphylaxis. I'm trained to take care of life-threatening incidences in our office. And so it just comes as second nature that we're there in case something happens. And I feel 100% safe that, I have no doubts we would be able to take care of something or take care of anaphylaxis. We have so many epinephrine devices all over camp. Every kid has to come with their own, and then we also have extras that the nurses and the counselors carry in their packs. But then we kind of laugh at ourselves because the camp is completely free of all of these known food allergens, but yet we have all these epinephrine devices. Knock on wood, we've never had to use one, nor do we expect any reaction to happen. We're kind of just there to provide support and just for the what if. But yeah, it's kind of ironic that we have all these devices, yet there's the food allergies or allergens just don't even exist at this camp. But it's a typical camp experience though. So if anything, there's going to be more, grass allergies. If you're playing soccer in the field, then you might get a little bit itchy if you run to the grass. Or if a lot of the campers have asthma, and they're running around and getting an asthma exacerbation, so the nurses are there with their inhalers and treating that. But that's not any different than the kids going to their usual sporting activities that they do after school or recess at school. So it's really just kind of everyday nursing, but but nurses that are specialized for that what if situation. And then also, the food allergy world has changed a lot in the last few years. So now it's not just food allergy avoidance. Now there's all different sorts of options. There's kids that are in research trials. There's kids that are doing OIT or oral immunotherapy to the food that they're allergic to. We have to do everything we can to keep those kids safe. There's different patch therapies for the research studies. There's sublingual immunotherapy, which is drops of the allergen underneath your tongue that these kids are taking. So we're there to keep them safe. We do this day in and day out at the offices that we work at, and we know how to keep the community safe and all the other kids around them safe, and that kid, you know, himself or herself safe. So it's kind of it's an extra special place to be, that we can be outside and doing this, and we're not in a clinic, but it's kind of just everyday life. And you know, the nurses that come there, they're amazing at doing this job and keeping the kids safe, keeping all the staff safe, treating the cuts and scrapes that happen when the kids fall on the trails. Or, you know, we're there also to help with homesickness too. We talk to these kids, and we're a safe place for the kids to come if they're just missing home a little bit, because sometimes for a lot of these kids it's their first time away from home. So the camp nursing experience is so rewarding. We follow these kids everywhere. We go on hikes with them. If we're going to the lake, we go out on the lake with them, because we just never know when, you know, someone may trip and sprain an ankle or something. So it's not just, you know, our allergy nursing expertise of anaphylaxis. That's usually not what we're taking care of. We're taking care of the cuts and scrapes and just kind of the typical being a kid injuries that you might think of. I also wanted to let you know that I will be bringing you along the journey with me as camp gets closer, and what I do to prepare as nurses. We also go through the health history forms, call the parents of the campers to make sure everything looks good. We go through all of their medications, call their doctors if necessary, if we need to clarify the orders, and then also registering the campers the day of, when they first arrive at camp, what that kind of looks like, and maybe even do, you know, a day in the life of a camp nurse when camp comes around. Alright, so I could go on and on about all the benefits of Camp Blue Spruce, but I encourage you all to live it yourself and learn about it yourself and do your research. I highly encourage you all to watch the documentary that Camp Blue Spruce made called Tastes Like Freedom. I can't even begin to describe the feelings and the emotions it will evoke in you after you watch it. It is so heartwarming. Of course it's informative as a documentary. It goes through campers' experiences, parents' experiences, the staff at camp, their experiences, and how this camp has truly changed lives. So definitely watch Tastes Like Freedom. It's on the Camp Blue Spruce website, but I will also link it below in this video so you can click on it and take a look. But be warned, because when I watched it the first time, I had tears coming down my cheeks, because I was just filled with happiness and joy to know that a camp like this exists in the world, and it is truly a work of heart from the founding director, Louise. Even though it's the end of Food Allergy Awareness Week, food allergies don't go away. These kids are still going to have food allergies, and they still need a safe place to go, or safe counselors to talk to, or a safe community of other people with food allergies to share in their experiences. This week is the National Food Allergy Awareness Week, and Camp Blue Spruce does a fundraiser each year this week in order to raise funds for camp. We do have campers pay tuition to come to camp, but also realize that there's a lot of campers that are not able to afford a summer camp experience. And that's where Camp Blue Spruce realizes that we might be able to help offset the cost of tuition for camp. That's why they're doing fundraisers like this, so we do have extra money to be able to keep this camp experience open for any kids who want to be able to come. So if you would like to donate to Camp Blue Spruce, today is actually their last day of the fundraiser for Food Allergy Awareness Week. You can go to their Facebook page, Camp Blue Spruce, or year-round you can go to their website, which is campbluespruce.org, and click on the donate button to support the camp and support the kids so that they can have a summer camp experience. I'm so thankful for Columbia Asthma and Allergy because they're the ones that introduced me to Camp Blue Spruce. The founding medical advisor for Camp Blue Spruce, Dr. DeMerrill, he started with the organization years ago, is unfortunately no longer with us. And after that tragedy happened, the camp reached out to Dr. Sanjeev Jain, who is the medical director at Columbia Asthma and Allergy. And they asked him if he would be the medical advisor for Camp Blue Spruce from here on out. So 5 years ago, Dr. Jain said yes, and he asked myself and some of our other nurses at Columbia if we would go to camp each year and help out and help keep these kids safe. And of course I said yes, and the rest is history. So thank you so much to Columbia Asthma and Allergy and Dr. Jain. They continue to provide nurses to camp every year on a volunteer basis, and they continue to provide some medical supplies to camp and support to camp. And without it, camp today would not have the nursing services from Columbia. So thank you so much to Columbia Asthma and Allergy and Dr. Jain. All right, thank you everyone for listening to me talk about Camp Blue Spruce. It is an amazing organization to be a part of. I am so blessed that Columbia Asthma and Allergy introduced me to them, and that Louise Tippins is working with me and letting me come there year after year and volunteer for them and be a part of this so that we can keep the kids safe at Camp Blue Spruce. Okay, and remember, my name is Nurse Sweet Tooth. So I will see you next time, and thanks for watching. Okay, bye.